So beautiful day, sir. My name's Will Sands, and yeah, I'm gonna be reading more of SCP-001 Ouroboros. This is part 3, Atonement, and yeah, I think this might be longer than the last one. SCP-001 Ouroboros, DJ Cactus's proposal to for overseer eyes only. The following file contains information regarding the I don't know what class that is. Something class. Dark body, end of all world scenario 001. Access data file. Closed data file. Item number SP-001. Object classifier 05/001. Classified. SP-001 as viewed through infrared camera. Archival specifications. This data file being designated SP-001 will exist separately from the decoy SP-001 archive on the primary Foundation database and will be accessible only by closed units at Area 11 or Site 01. Why do I have so much trouble speaking when reading these? You could drink on my Mountain Dew. I have to start over with that. This title, apparently it's a title now. This data file, being designated SP-001, will exist separately from the decoy SP-001 archive on the primary Foundation database and will be accessible only by closed units at Area 11 or Site 01. No other instances of this data file may exist. This data file is designed to corrupt any systems on which it exists that do not carry the encryption markers of either of those two systems. But the reason why I'm drinking Mountain Dew is, you know, I love my Mountain Dew, boys and girls. Unless you're new, then you don't know that. Special containment procedures. SP-001 is currently contained within the Petri Cow Fontaine Spatial Stabilization Array located on the 6th basement level of Armed Dimensional Containment Area 11 near Kuhns, Norway. SCP-001's containment chamber must be kept at a temperature no greater than 3.2 K. A full contingent of research staff as well as 4 applied task forces are to be stationed at ADCA 11. Currently, those assigned task forces are ATF Indianapolis 13 Killboys, ATF Detroit-11 Blessed Rain, ATF Atlanta-9 Sherman's March, ATF Nevada-3 Firestarters. In addition to the standard construction of the Petri Cow Fontaine area, several significant modifications have been made since the discovery of SP-001. The addition of 3 additional ivory cannon class liquid fluorine thorium reactors to balance additional energy loads. 9 class 6 magnesium alloy suspension rings to maintain structural integrity of the array. 16 Scranton harmonic dampeners to control excessive energy output. 3 polycat deflector dishes to control excessive energy output. 8 Weldon Stanley fused energy sinks to control excessive energy output. The construction of a deep well borehole to vent and control excessive energy output. When autonomously intelligent, responsive vector to manage complex temporal spatial calculations. Should a database event occur, the 40 days protocol is to be implemented. Armed Dimensional Containment Area 11, rule number 9. I think that's an actual picture of a place, but that's not actually a SCP containment place. Because obviously SCPs aren't real, are they? Are they haunting me right now? Are they watching me? Are they watching you? Turn around. Oh, that's just a picture. The acting site administrator will initiate a full evacuation of the facility, which will begin a 40-minute countdown. T-minus 40 minutes, evacuation order is given. T-minus 33 minutes, after a 7-minute evacuation window, sluice gates that run into the nearby river will open, flooding the lower portions of the facility. T-minus 31 minutes. Charges situated around the test chamber will fire after 9 minutes, collapsing the test chamber and basement level into the deep well borehole. T-minus 21 minutes. Additional charges set across the entire site will fire, collapsing the entire structure into the borehole. T-minus 6 minutes. Charges set in the mountainside will fire, causing a landslide that will fill a cap the deep well before being sealed by a set of locking steel plates designed to extend out over the full width of the borehole. T-minus 0 minutes. The on-site nuclear device located at the base of the borehole will fire, destroying SCP-001. In the event that the 40 days protocol does not prove sufficient to destroy the anomaly, all designated Foundation overseers, regional administrators, directors, and executives are to report to Overwatch Command Site 01 and await implementation of the Atonement protocol. Have you ever spilled your favorite drink? It's not, I can't think of the word. It's not very pleasing, is it? I just spilled a little bit of my Mountain Dew. Oh well. Activation of the Atonement protocol constitutes the beginning of a something class. Dark body end of all world scenario. All Foundation staff members will be alerted to the beginning of this protocol, which signals the immediate dissolution of the SP Foundation and termination of all staff contracts. Due to the nature of whatever that is class scenario, no additional information will be provided past the initial notice. For more information on the Tradisium protocol, see Addendum 001.6, Updated Containment Memorandum. This file has been classified Level 5 Overseer Eyes Only. All personnel remaining at Area 11 has been reassigned and amnesticized. All applied task forces have been reassigned and amnesticized. Management of containment will be handled solely by the NEDSAC system under Overseer supervision. Identification and implementation of the 40-day protocol will be carried out solely by the NEDSAC system. No other personnel are authorized to view this file. File photo of Dr. Calvin Desmond, circa 1974. Oh. Description: SCP-001 is a humanoid, not humanoid. SCP-001 is a humanoid gravitational singularity currently contained within the Area 11 Petrichor Fontaine Array. SCP-001 is immeasurably dense only by mitigating its effect on space-time through the use of Scranton-Kempf devices or Foundation personnel able to maintain the structural integrity of the spatial stabilization array. SCP-001 is not visible without specialized equipment, usually high-contrast infrared cameras, as it is constantly surrounded by a dense cloud of radioactive gas and atomized debris. Additionally, being a singularity, SCP-001 does not reflect light and is visible only by the obfuscation of light around it. Oh, Jackscribe beat it. SCP-001 is capable of manipulating the nature of reality through alternations in gravity that change the shape and structure of space-time. Hey, that's what I can do. Well, my LC, Wilson's. As such, its anomalous capabilities... I don't care! As such, its anomalous capabilities cannot be dampened by anything other than the Petri Fountain array. I don't care! Any alterations to space-time made by SCP-001 are irreversible. Like, have you ever been trying to do something and kept getting notifications? It's annoying, isn't it? The Area 11 Petri Fountain spatial stabilization array. Addendum 001.1 Initial Manifestation. I can't speak. On June 19th, 1982, a team of Foundation researchers headed up by Dr. Lamar Fontaine were in the process of running engineering trials on the Petri Fountain spatial stabilization array, a device intended for use in containing anomalies that manipulate the nature of space-time. During these trials, a particle organism which would in turn collapse on itself to create a miniaturized singularity. I keep losing where I'm at. This procedure had been carried out on several other occasions, which been of the singularities destabilizing quickly after manifesting. The June 19th trial was intended as a scale-up test of the procedure. Shortly after 20:30 hours local time, as the particle accelerator was in the process of spooling up, Dr. Calvin Desmet, one of the project's research assistants, noted minor power fluctuations in one arm of the array's stabilizing rings. Dr. Desmet wanted to replace the failing coupling, which was known to decay under the cold temperatures of the testing chamber. Since the test was still an hour away and the chamber was not sealed, Dr. Desmet entered to repair the coupling. As the accelerator continued to spool, a power regenerator began to fail. A power regulator attached to the system's primary generator began to fail. What does that sound? That was weird. Okay, I just heard a noise coming from my kitchen. I don't know what it was. When I looked, there was no one there. I'm creeped out right now. My heart is racing. Like, there's no one at the house right now besides me and my dogs. I mean, I'm not an adult, but I'm still old enough to be alone. My grandparents are at church right now for a senior meeting. But I thought I just heard the faucet running. Yeah, they're at a senior meeting because it's Wednesday. Aww. So yeah, let's continue this. If I hear any more noises, I'm going to end this video, or I'm just gonna pause it again and go check what's wrong. Well, I'm not gonna check what's wrong, I'm gonna check if anyone's there. Because, well, I'm the stupid person that always checks. But I've been hearing other noises while I was in my room. Under non-test conditions, this event could still flood the chamber with ionizing radiation, so an evacuation order was given and the chamber was sealed. Oh, I thought I just seen someone above. I thought someone was watching above me because I felt like it, but there was no one there. Dr. Desmet, not hearing the alert over sound of the array coming online due to the excess power now present in the system, continued to work on the coupling. Roughly 7 minutes later, while outside, research staff were attempting to begin a power down cycle. The power regulator failed entirely and the accelerator began powering to near test conditions. Dr. Desmet abandoned the power coupling and attempted to escape the test chamber. Before he could make it to an emergency exit, the accelerator reached peak test conditions and a singularity formed. The array pulled the singularity into alignment, but only milliseconds before the damaged stabilizer arm failed and Dr. Desmet was exposed to naked singularity. The test chamber collapsed into the singularity, as did much of the rest of the research wing and Dr. Desmet himself. Shortly afterwards, the singularity dissipated. Area 11 in the wake of the June 19, 1982 catastrophe. In the wake of the June 19th incident, many administrative personnel at Area 11 were reassigned, while engineering staff and foundation construction teams worked to repair the damaged portions of the facility, which was at the time still housing several other anomalies. This effort continued for several years, during which time significant control portions of the stabilization array were removed and replaced with autonomous systems in order to reduce staffing and also limit exposure. The engineering team assigned to the stabilizer began running tests of its capabilities starting in March of 1995. Wait, he got raided in Minecraft? RIP. I actually might re-download Minecraft because I don't know, I just might. Even if I have to start over on everything. Because I have to erase everything. In early 2006, aided by the ETSAC intelligence system, on-site engineers began scaling up the trials into fully operational experiments. After several months of testing, in May of 2006, the engineers at Area 11 manifested a singularity within the array at full power and maintained the structural integrity both the singularity and the containment chamber. However, after 2 hours of testing with a fully stable singularity, the space within the array began to change dramatically. The singularity began to rapidly grow in size, threatening to expand past the boundaries of the array. As the automated system initiated an evacuation warning, Nutsack began... Why does it sound like I'm saying nutsack? I just now noticed like that. Nutsack began making adjustments to account for the significant increase in energy being exerted by the singularity. Eventually, the growing rate of the singularity stalled, and the effects it had on the containment chamber were mitigated through alterations to the array's arrangement by Nutsack. I swear it sounds like I'm saying nutsack. It could be my dirty mind, but it does sound like it. If you guys agree, comment in the description and say you agree, or if you don't agree, just say something. You don't have to say anything, but if you don't agree, just say dirty minder or something to tell me that it's just my mind. It was at this point that the thick cloud of rotating radioactive gas and dust formed, obscuring the singularity within. As Foundation engineers began work to reinforce the damaged array, SCP-001 made its first attempt at communication with Foundation staff. This initial communication attempt consisted primarily of unintelligible noises. Initially became fully sentences, and then later conversations after Foundation personnel discovered that the singularity within the gas cloud was humanoid in shape, and though unmoving, clearly attempting to speak to them. Addendum 001.2 First Contact. First contact between SCP-001 and the Foundation was conducted by Dr. J. Barton Ramsey. 17 at SCP-001's containment array beneath Area 11. Notably, SCP-001 does not appear capable of communicating naturally. Its incredible density makes the projection of sound impossible. Instead, SCP-001 uses gravity to vibrate the suspension rings of the array in order to create sound. Again, audio log. Dr. Ramsey, muffled. Oh, just the microphone. Can it hear me? Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if you can hear me, so I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say muffled void. Just the microphone. Can it hear me? Uncertain murmuring. This SCP-001, muffled humming. Dr. Ramsey, wait, what was that? Can you hear that? Listen. SCP-001, metallic ringing. Johannes Ramsey. Johannes, not Johannes. Dr. Ramsey, you know my name? SCP-001. Yes. Johannes Barton Ramsey. You are a doctor. The SCP Foundation. Containment is he being contained? He can't see. He's the array. This is the Patrick Fontaine. He knows this place. Dr. Ramsey. Have you been here before? SCP-001. No, there is no I. Only he. Someone else. A man. I think I was him, or he. He is me. He was here once, and then he wasn't. Dr. Ramsey, murmuring off microphone. Jesus Christ, is that Desmond? SCP-001. Who? Yes, Desmond. Calvin. His name was Calvin. Dr. Ramsey, muffled discussion away from microphone with containment staff. Unfortunately, there is no way for us to SCP-001. This machine, deactivate it. There is something he needs to do. He needs trails off. Mr. Ramsey, what are you? SCP-001. A way to distinguish between two like things. He needs an overseers, all of them. Bring them here. Mr. Ramsey, that's against protocol and SCP-001. No, they will come for this. He has something to offer them. Dr. Ramsey, what's that? SCP-001, a way out, and audio log. Interesting. Very interesting. Addendum. Yeah. Addendum. I don't know. I did that. Addendum 001.3. The way out. The following is the full log of 05-1's interaction with SCP-001. Begin audio log. 05-1. To whom am I speaking? SCP-001. A technicality. I'm afraid it took time to appear like this, and longer to manifest an identity. It almost seems unnecessary, but to simplify this means of communication, you may identify me as Calvin Desmond. That seems strange, applying characteristics to something wholly apart from their genesis. 5-1. Same Calvin Desmond who was killed in this room 22 years ago? SCP-001. No, not the same. Similar in ways, but changed. No, in many ways, but changed. 05-1. You understand then? How far in breach of protocol we are? SCP-001. Yes, I think he would recognize that, but these are extraordinary circumstances. I keep hearing sounds. Okay, right now it's just the, clock. Or the things in the window. Or, I don't know. 05-1. You mentioned a way out. SCP-001. Yes, in a manner of speaking. 05-1. A way out of what? SCP-001. You contain the strange and anomalous because they threaten your world, but you're applying salve to symptoms. The root is entropy. Something inevitable. Something you cannot outrun. Try as you might. Existence is an infinitely complex tapestry of realities, each neatly lined above and below each other. Entropy frays the edges, and things being too leaked through. 05-1. How do you know this? SCP-001. I have seen it. Calvin Desmond saw it in the moment before his soul was cast into darkness. Everything you have contained, because you cannot explain it, comes from somewhere else. Somewhere it can be explained. A different reality. One that seeps into yours. Entropy exacerbates this. Over time, the borders will disappear entirely. And your world, just like all worlds, will become a pandemonium of infinite realities competing for relevance over each other. Your world will die. All worlds will die. They will feast on each other as they suffocate, and then they will die. This is not a hypothetical. It is inevitability. 05-1. You are certain? SCP-001. Beyond any doubt. 05-1. How long do we have before this occurs? SCP-001, decades. Each tiny tear puts pressure on the whole system. They will continue to grow until boundaries give way, and the moment the cascade begins, the fate of creation is decided. It will be unmade, and it cannot be undone. Not for you, perhaps, but your children and grandchildren will see a sky of nightmares before they die. Wow. I like this SCP. It's not my favorite, because my favorite is SCP-049. I haven't gotten there yet. SCP-001. Wait, hold on. No. Oh, 5-1. What is your way out? SCP-001. Calvin did the math in the moments before he entered the void. Yeah, let's avoid that. Order cannot exist forever in a universe that lingers on disorder. One line can stretch on forever, but infinitely many lines invites chaos. Points that intersect. There is only one way to ensure this world's future. Remove all other worlds. Dun dun dun! It might be storming outside. 5-1. I don't understand. SCP-001. You were not expected to, because you cannot see the narratives. Calvin could see them for a moment. Calvin saw Doomsday, and Calvin reasoned a way out. Remove all narratives but this one, and you produce a creation of one. One universe, untarnished by the influence of others. Safe. Your loved ones protected from the encroaching darkness. Your children free to live lives that do not end in horror. An end to your perpetual struggle. An end to darkness. The freedom to live in the light. 05-1. By destroying all other realities, an incomprehensible loss of life. SCP-001. Yes. 05-1. And you are capable of this? SCP-001. Yes. 05-1. How? SCP-001. By removing the barriers for all realities at once. Save this one. Compress spacetime at the points where it is most vulnerable, and allow entropy to do the rest. 5-1. If you are set on this path, why haven't you already done it? SCP-001. When I manifested here, this machine, I cannot see outside of it. I cannot see you. You must deactivate the machine. 05-1. What is stopping any one of these infinite realities from inhibiting you in the same way? What is stopping them from realizing what you've done and coming to destroy us? SCP-001. They will not realize what I have done until it is finished. And log. This is really interesting. Shortly after the conclusion of this conversation, all staff members located at Area 11 were ordered to report to nearby sites for reassignment and amnesticization. Addendum 001.4. Deliberations. 05-1. The Council has been called to hear arguments for and against the use of SCP-001 for the purpose of starving off the end of the world. 05-3, if you will. 05-3. After investigation by several teams working independent of each other, we have determined that SCP-001 appears to be correct about what it has said regarding the nature of creation. The trend line of anomalies we are aware of and have contained has followed the accelerated progression that SCP-001 predicted. Based on our models, we should expect an uncontainable number of new anomalies within 30 years, and even more past that. Our best guess is that something big gets loose within 45, and at that point, there's nothing left to be done. 05-7. How is that possible? How is it that the universe could fall apart as quickly as the entity says it will? 05-1. According to Desmond, Actions taken in other realities to stave off the end of the worlds have significantly damaged the metaphysical construction of all universes. In many ways, we are as much to blame as all of the others, but infinite blame spread over infinite response to wait. Yeah. 05-8. Given a truly infinite multiverse, the idea of salvation coming to us and not another universe is statistically impossible. 05-3. Yes, yet no less impossible that it would come to any of them instead of us. 05-11. How do we know this entity isn't lying to us? 05-3. If it is, then it has an incredible grasp on high-level metaphysical concepts for something that hasn't directly experienced what it claims to have experienced. 05-1. More than that, I took the liberty of consulting with a number of the precognitives and 05-9 interjecting. That is forbidden. 05-12 interrupting 05-9. Wouldn't you want to know? 05-9. We made a decision that cannot so easily be 05-1. We confirmed as well as we could that there is a point in time that is arriving soon that obscures their vision. They can see up to it, but not past. I don't even know if they realize it yet. It was only after we drew data from dozens of tests that we realized none of them have made a prediction past 2066. Wow. Hey, anyone like 2099 Spider-Man? From Race to the Edge? Well, I don't know if it was in the comics, but 2066, I don't know why it reminded me of that. 05-6. What if it's just a reality bender? What if we let it out of that array and it kills us all? 5-1. If it was a reality bender, it would have done so already. This entity isn't manipulating humans. It's manipulating gravity, space-time. If it was affecting humans, it could have just reached out and crushed us already. The stabilization array mitigates the effect of things that disturb space-time, which is what is currently keeping it at bay. This entity, Dr. Dismant, if he's actually in there, doesn't seem to be a type green. It's something wholly different. It's become something fundamental to the nature of all things. 05-2. If this creature is what it says it is, and it can do what it says it can do, that would mean the death of infinitely many lives. How can we sit in judgment over so many living things? 05-4. Who's to say the idea of other universes isn't anomalous? Maybe there should just be this one. Maybe that's the natural order. 05-9. That is absurd. 05-2. It still means the end of so many lives. It's too hard, many to even comprehend. A number without limit. 05-1. A number without us. Silence. 05-3. We pledged ourselves to maintain normalcy and protect our world. This world, the affairs of other worlds are their own. We would expect any other overseer council to act the same way, in the interests of their universe. Damn it, I'm out of the Mountain Dew. The science, the militarism, everything. All of it is to accomplish a single unreachable goal. Keep the monsters tucked out of sight. Now we find out, even that might not be enough. that the end of days is coming for us anyway. But we're given an option. If we do nothing, every universe dies screaming. If we take this action, every universe dies screaming, but ours. Once it... Once it's over, it's over. Everything we've struggled for, everyone who has died to protect our world will be validated. Is the end of our world not worth this? Is protecting ourselves with a doomsday to come not worth this? Silence. 05-1. I propose a vote. The utilization of the SCP-001 entity to stay off the end of this world. All in favor? 05-3, -4, -12, -1, -11, 10, -5, -6, 8, I. 05-1. Those opposed? 05-9, -2, -7, -8, nay. Nye, I think, is how you pronounce it. 05-1. 5-13 abstains. The measure passes. 05-9. Even if we manage to somehow survive turning loose an unpredictable monster, remember today as being the day we gave up our mission. We secure and we contain. Those to come first. We've now risked everything for the faintest glimmer of hope that we somehow achieve the last, and I fear it will have damned us. Why do you trust it, Bramimond? After all we've achieved, why do you risk everything on this? 05-1. I knew Calvin Desmond years ago in a different life. He wasn't recruited by the Foundation. He volunteered. He was part of a team contracted by the Insurgency to run trials on the technology they were developing at the time. But we had a young daughter that was killed by SCP-106 when it breached containment during transit in 1975. Years before, we had developed functional containment procedures for it, and after that, he sought us out. He never said much about it, but you could tell, if that's him in there, and he had found a way to remove every trace of the anomalous from our universe, no matter the cost, he would do it. I know he would do it. I can hear it in his voice. Addendum 001.5, The Deception. On January 11, 2007, after further discussion with SCP-001 and additional independent research, the Overseer Council ordered 8-4-1 to initiate a power down of the spatial stabilization array and allow SCP-001 to take the action it had described. 3 Overseers, 05-1, 05-4, and 05-12, were in attendance. As a sign of good faith, an anomalous artifact, SCP-884, was selected, and SCP-001 was directed to target the reality in which the artifact had originated. 5-3 oversaw the artifact during this process. Begin video log. 05-1, -4, and -12 stand alone in a stabilization array's control center, visible on another screen in the dark cloud of gas and dust encircling SCP-001. 05-4 has a telephone in their right hand. They nod to 05-1. 5-1. We're going to begin to step down the power running into the array. When we reach the agreed upon point, we'll hold it there until you can prove to us you can do what you claim. Do you understand? SCP-001. I do. 05-1. initiates step 05-1 initiates step down procedure. NetZac cycles down reactors 2 and 3. The cloud of radioactive dust and debris circling SCP-001 falls into the borehole below it. Visible now as light from the array is warped around it is a jet black humanoid entity. The entity does not move. 05-1. This is it. Can you see me? SCP-001. I can see everything. 05-1. Do you know what you're looking for? SCP-001. The mirror. 05-1. Do it. SCP-001 does not seem to respond initially. Its position in the center of the array does not change. Because baby, please turn it. Oh. SCP-001. The world I see is not unlike your own. In that world, a dying soul attached itself to that mirror, a curse to whoever should own it. It has happened. There is a moment of silence until 05-3 is heard over the radio. 05-3. God. 05-1. What is it? 05-3. It's gone. It was sitting right here on the table, and then it just... It's like it folded in on itself until it was gone. There's nothing left. 05-1 to SCP-001. Was that you, SCP-001? The narrative has ended. 05-1. How long will it take? SCP-001. Moments. 05-1. Will it hurt them? SCP-001. It will be agony. 05-1. Pauses, then nods. The space around SCP-001 within the array begins to shimmer. Low loud pulses of noise are emitted from the air around them, and the light within the chamber begins to bend in towards SCP-001. The array breaks. The array creaks and groans under the stress. 05-4 and 05-12 step away from the observation window. 05-1 does not move. The building around them begins to shake. Points in the air around SCP-001 begin to distort, as if being dragged down individually towards SCP-001. The room darkens. More low pulses begin to rise up out of the borehole. A single thin ring of white hot debris begins to form around SCP-001. Others join it. Nearby, a klaxon can be heard as NetZac warns of intolerable load on the array. 05-1. Does it hurt you? SCP-001. It is excruciating. Suddenly, 05-1 jerks backwards. The space around his body begins to distort, as if being pulled in towards his center. He reaches forwards toward the observation window. His body compresses unnaturally. 05-1. Choked. I don't. SCP-001 in 05-1's voice. If that's him in there, and he had found a way to remove every trace of the anomalous from your universe, no matter the cost, he would do it. 05-1. SCP-001 in its own voice. Your children, free to live lives that do not end in horror, an end to your perpetual struggle, an end to darkness, the freedom to live in the light. All traces must be removed. In 05-1's voice, every trace of the anomalous from our universe in its own voice. This world must be washed clean. It's the only way out. 05-1, gurgling. 05-1 collapses in on himself, folding and distorting down into a single point that hangs in the air for a moment, and then disappears. All around the chamber, the walls begin to bend and distort. The air shimmers. 05-4 is lifted into the air, screaming as her body begins to fold in on itself. Her eyes bulge and her body audibly shatter. Her eyes bulge and her bones audibly shatter. Another wave of force is emitted from within the stabilization array, and the observation window shatters. SCP-001 turns to look up at 05-4, who instantly crumples into a single point and then disappears. 05-12 stands to flee, but is seemingly frozen in fear. There was a loud grinding sound, and then O5-12 falls to the ground from within the containment chamber. A loud hum is heard that grows considerably louder. SCP-001 is observed for a moment more, staring up at the observation deck before it is surrounded by a cloud of dust and debris. As the array settles into position, the low pulsing sound dissipates, and all that can be heard is the sound of Netzak's warning klaxon, signaling that it has activated an emergency failsafe. O5-12 is heard sobbing in an unseen corner of the observation deck. SCP-001's voice begins to grind through the metal rings of the stabilization array. SCP-001, a dull grinding roar. Your children free to live lives that do not end in horror. An end to your perpetual struggle. An end to darkness. The freedom to live in the light. All traces must be removed. This world must be washed clean. The Foundation does not escape atonement. It is the only way out. End log. Addendum 001.6 Tradisum Protocol. In the event that SCP-001 breaches containment, the Tradisum Protocol is designed to provide an extra-dimensional escape route for all high-ranking Foundation personnel to avoid annihilation at the hand of SCP-001. We are wrong. Tradisum is no longer an option. Every alternative must be considered. Sustained containment of SCP-001 is now the Foundation's only objective. Great, I have to read more. Oh, yep. Wait, let me check something. Okay. Yeah, more information will come to you as I receive it. Okay, first. There is a dark room under a mountain in the far north where a man stands pressed against a corner. Something is spinning in the center of that room, something dark. He screams out his daughter's name before his body is pulled from the wall and into the darkness. There is an explosion and the room collapses. Years earlier, the man lies broken in an alley. The fire escape he had dropped from still ringing from the shock, inches away from his grasp. A little girl looks at him with horror in her eyes as she is approached by something that moves toward her slowly, one hand outstretched and fluid leaking from its empty eyes. The man reaches for the girl, but his body fails him. He is forced to sit and watch as the rotted corpse of a thing that might have been a man pulled the little girl into pieces. She screams until the thing removes her face, and then they disappear. It is 1979. A breach of containment occurs involving a low-level reality bender who had killed 3 people in a car prior to being contained by filling their lungs with liquid mercury when they wouldn't let him pass during a traffic jam. The reality bender is shot and killed by Dr. Calvin Desmond, who later investigation would show was defending himself when the entity attacked him. There was, however, no surveillance footage found of the incident, and although the incident took place several floors up, the entity's containment cell seemed to have been broken into from the outside. The investigation clears Dr. Desmond, who returns to work. Wait, do I even have to read this? Doesn't even say anything about SCP-001. Okay, yep, it does. Yeah, I think I'm gonna read that in the next episode. Get willed on, bitches. Cause, or maybe I might read this one. Nah, get willed on, bitches.